Okay, basically morning number 2. I gotta get this thing unloaded by myself up here at my brother's place, and the driveway slopes down to the street and dips down a lot, and then the street goes up at a steep angle. So there's a lot of angles to deal with here, and I gotta get it off the trailer with no brakes, like no parking brakes, no drive shaft to put it in park or anything like that. So it's going to be a little bit of a battle to get this thing safely off and whatnot, because I don't want to send it through the back of Colby's garage, because that would get expensive. So wish me luck that I get it resolved fairly quickly, because I got to get the trailer dropped back off and safely. Safely is the key thing. Might be tedious, but we need to be safe. And I have no idea how I'm going to do it yet. Basically, I'm going to pull out straps, come alongs, and all that stuff, and just see what happens. As you can see, this is about holding the phone about level. See how downhill that's aiming, and I got to get it up and off the trailer and back. I think I'm going to try and chuck the wheels, disconnect it from the truck, jack it till it's almost level, pin the back of it on blocks, jack it more till it's pinned on those blocks so the trailer can't move. That might be what I'll do. That's first thoughts anyway. Now, I have a safety around the sway bar, another safety around the sway bar. So that chain is permanently attached to the trailer, so that's a safety. And then I got the come along hooked up here on this pull hook here. So hopefully I can get it bounced up and over these pins, which tend to be a little bit of a pain in the butt, and then get it onto the come along and then slowly let it off. Sounds simple enough, right? Let's do it. Well, there we have it. Had 2 days of nice weather and no rain. Got this thing kind of stripped down, cleaned out, motor and draining out of it, and all that stuff at the other property, and in the comfortable sun. And now the rain's probably going to be coming tonight and tomorrow for multiple days. Then we're going to get a little break, a couple of days, and then rain again for like another 5 days. So, so this will be nice. I'll be in out of the weather, no rain on me, clean floor to be able to roll around on and all that. So yeah, this is how it fit, and it went smooth, no issues, and come along, work good and all that stuff. So there she is. I think it's funny how similar cars are in size, because like this is touching the back wall, the Camaro's almost touching the back wall, and they're almost the same length. Slightly higher, This one's got an altitude problem. Not this go around, but later on this is going to get an altitude adjustment and come down a bunch. But I ain't going to have time to full link it and C-notch it and floor work and all that stuff. So for now, it'll be a little bit lower than this when all the weight's in it. Front should be drastically lower. So I'm going to go return the U-Haul trailer, and I have to pick up my engine lift. I got to pick up the motor and the transmission and all that jazz. And I was going to clean out the bed of my truck for it, but then the smaller U-Haul trailers with like the flip down ramp and all that stuff, they're like $17 for the day. So while I'm returning this, I'm going to pick up one of those. I can put the engine lift, the engine stand, the engine, the transmission, all the parts, everything right in there. It's about not even a foot off the ground. Nice and simple. I can back in, roll it off, and the U-Haul place is right up the street here. So it'll be super convenient. So I will check in throughout the day. Well, here we are. Dropped off the other trailer at U-Haul, and I wanted to pick up the 5x9 trailer with the ramp like this. It's an exact twin to this, same height and everything. It's just smaller, single axle. And they had two on the lot. They were both scheduled to go out, so I had to get the bigger one. So this one's like 45 bucks to rent. The other one would have only been like 16, 17 to rent. So I wasted 30 bucks to not jump around between U-Haul locations to try and find another one. So sometimes you just spend some money for convenience. That's what we're doing. So I'm gonna work on trying to get things out of the container and get them loaded up. We got a lot of work to do. Alright, so here's the trick. I'm going to see if I can get this strap to kind of hang out in a vertical position like this. Kind of like that. Then I'm going to see if I can take the Bobcat and get the tooth of the bucket that's sitting inside the other bucket. It does have a big shackle on it here, but I'm going to see if I can get one of those teeth to hook into that strap, tip up, get it lifted, and then get it dropped in over the side here and be able to dump it out of the strap. The reason why this seems complicated is because depending on the height of the bucket, you can't get out of the Bobcat when the lift arms are up. It's in front of the door. I could disassemble it and take the door off and possibly squeeze out, but that's also not safe climbing out, because if the hydraulics give out, you're gonna get crushed. So let's see if we can finagle this. I don't know. That was short and sweet. Just had to reset it once, got it hooked. Inside. I'm just going to slide it to the corner a little bit, put a little blocking under it, strap it in, and she's ready to travel. Awesome. I got to dig out some more stuff, load up some more, and I'll do a check-in. I gotta put my buddy's Bobcat away. Thank you, John. You saved my back and a lot of aggravation. Well, here we are. Everything's dug out, loaded up, and now I gotta get everything tied down safely, because I got to drive 15 minutes to my buddy's house to grab my engine lift, throw that in here, strap that down, and then drive from there. It's about an hour north to my brother's place where I'm working on the car. So this is what we ended up with. So we got the motor. Some dust around. So there's the motor. My buddy Don gave me a right hand side dipstick oil pan stock replacement. Or stock, not necessarily replacement, but that's got a front sump pan, and that other pan I have ain't gonna work. Then I got some brake lines, grinding disc, hole saws, all the clamps for running lines, brake line fitting kit, and some random scraps for building stuff, some thick wall tubing, the 45s, 90s, some flat plate, then a couple of the universal cradle style motor mount setups at the flywheel, the bell housing, cross member drive shaft out of my Camaro, probably have to shorten that. Got some other scraps for making stuff. Then we got the Super T10 over there, 2 sets of headers there, another set of headers here, some gaskets. There's the goodie bag from the other day, battery box, air cleaner, engine stand, jack, engine leveler. The white box is all the clutch Z-bar and all that stuff for my Camaro. Hopefully I can make that work. And then in the mess of a back seat that I have right now, I got tons of random hardware, header bolts, and a bunch of select stuff, motor mount bolts, stuff like that. Zip ties, got my angle finder, brake flaring tool, intake gaskets and such. So that's a pretty good start. I know there'll be more I'll need. And actually where I'm picking up my engine lift from my buddy Chris, he said he's gonna leave a box of goodies out for me. And I think it's a starter and a starter, carburetor, and a couple other things. So we'll be loading more stuff in. But this is gonna be a pain in the butt to get this all strapped in safely. So I'm gonna get to it. I'll check in once I load everything, and then I'll check in once it's all unloaded and crowded in Colby's garage. So, 25 minutes away from where I'm going to drop all of this stuff off, and I got the trailer behind me. Open trailer, put the motor in it, got a contractor bag over the motor, tranny's laying on its side, and a bunch of stuff tied down and whatnot. And this is what I'm looking at, I'm driving into. Off to the right there, it just covered it up, but off to the right, it is sketchy. So looks like I'm probably gonna be unloading in the rain. So yeah, that doesn't look very promising at all. Let's see. I think if you see to the right, you can see it's all the way down. There we go. Now you can see some of it. But yeah, that's not looking good. So I don't know if I'll video the unloading. I may just get there and just be literally throwing this stuff in the garage. But wish me luck, I can dodge between the raindrops. See what happens. Yep. Burn it now. Everything's definitely getting wet. Well, I'm back with a little bit of a low. Just sprinkling a little bit right now. Yeah, so everything got wet, but at least the motor was bagged up, and here's what it is. Let's get it unloaded before this ramps up again, because it was downpouring a minute ago. Well, that wasn't too bad. It's emptied. Rain started picking up a little, as you can see. Not too bad though. And yeah, so motor's in. Drive shaft, starter, bell housing, tranny, oil pan, motor mounts, all that jazz. Some other stuff over there, scrap metal. Still got a bunch of stuff in the bed of the truck. But at least we are out of the rain. And just like that, the garage is overflowing. It's okay. It's going to be a dry place to work. That's what I'm thankful for, because we got multiple days of rain coming. So, let's see what we can do. Engine's on the stand, tore it down, and did a quick measurement on the lift of the cam with the 1.5 rockers, and it's a 600 lift cam. And the pistons are domed so much that when you look through the spark plug hole, you see the whole piston like doming in front of the spark plug hole. So it's a high compression, high lift motor. The Crower roller rockers, I don't know what the cam is. It's got a double roller timing chain, and it's reasonably clean inside. Screw in studs, guide plates, GM Performance heads, and GM Performance single plane high-rise intake and stuff. So it should be fun. And it's definitely got some sort of coating in there, like one of the coatings they put on to get the oil to flow back further. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. That is the carb. That wasn't it didn't have a carb on it when I got it, but that was the intake. That's the one with just the big Chevy badge and full roller rockers, solid roller lifters, and whatnot. And basically, I gotta do a little research, but I think what I need to do is, I think right there, I need to make a little notch. You can see there's some scoring on these. I'm okay with that. But I think I gotta make a little notch from that oiler hole down to the oil passage for these to oil. I think that's what people typically do. Because right now, they're all outside of it, and I'm not getting oil up to the rockers. So I'll do a little research on that tonight just to confirm before I go ahead and do it. But I think that's what I researched before with this motor and whatnot. And basically, I fired this motor on a stand the day I brought it home. And I think I mentioned in the other one, I got it at an estate sale where the owner had passed away, so nobody knows anything about it. And got it for 150 bucks. So let's see what happens. I'll do some research if that groove is what I have to notch into those real quick, just to make this thing get a little oil to the top end. That would make me happy that those rockers are getting a little bit of oil. Slap it together, start cleaning it down, change the oil pan, and I can start fitting the motor mounts, figure out tranny mounts and all that stuff. So tomorrow should be a more fun actual wrenching day. Today, a lot of time at U-Haul, returning the car trailer, and then trying to rent the trailer I used to grab all this stuff, I think I lost an hour and a half just with that. And then it was almost an hour down to where I'm picking it up because there was where I have all my stuff because of traffic, and then it was over 40 minutes back tonight. And then I had to go by my buddy's house, pick up the engine lift, and just digging through my storage unit, getting everything out of the way to get other things out, borrowing my friend's Bobcat and stuff. So it's a lot of tedious wasted time already. So these last 2 days I haven't got a lot done. It's just like kind of preparation really when you think about it. So hopefully tomorrow will be a little more on the productive side. Day 2 in the books. Day 3 should be a substantially better day.